Okay, so let's get
Hey
rid of it.
YouTube! It's Small with Matt time. I'm Matt,
I'm Matt.
and we're joined by the Matt crew of Ken, Bob, Gavin, Chris, Jim, and Ken. I miss Ken? No.
No, you got me.
Who else am I missing?
Twice. He's that good.
Hi everybody. Oh, Julian. So yeah,
When
so
did
we got
Julian
everybody here.
sneak in?
We've been here
So
for
over the Easter break, I went a little crazy and hopefully got a whole bunch of stuff close to being finished. I finally got a chance to clear coat my P47 1/32 scale.
Ooh, look at that.
nice.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
Oh, you put the color, you put the decals on it and everything.
Yep.
Wow.
The sick
Look
new
at you
girl.
go.
So hopefully finishing that up. Let's see. I got, let's see, some other things I got taken care of. Let's see. I painted my 1/72 A10.
All right.
And got my,
With the worthless gun, right?
Don't start.
Jeez, man.
I got my bombs all taken
Nice.
care of. Got the yellow stripes on my bombs.
Yeah.
I didn't get 3 parts put together over the Easter holiday. Jeez.
I haven't done nothing.
And I got the decals on my bow fighter.
Hey.
Wow, cranking up.
So
Dude.
now, so got those all.
Man, I
taken
forgot
care of
how
on.
pretty that airplane is.
I thought
So-
productive, I'd say.
Now,
Now I feel like a bum. I didn't do anything.
What kind of
Sat around
deal do you have to make with the
NAs all
devil?
day. That's what I did.
so
Hey,
that's
Matt,
what I
what
that's
kind
what I
of
was up
deal
to.
did you have to make
So,
with the devil?
and Matt, what are you working on? Oh, you're concentrating.
Hey, I am seeing how these decals are going to work on tires. I don't know if I'm going to like them or not, but I'm going to try it out anyway.
Okay.
By the way, Matt, too, that your Challenger Charger
Challenging.
turned out wow.
Yeah, it
That thing
photographs well,
looks
but it's still
awesome.
not very where I really want
I
it
thought
to
it was
be.
real at first because of the background.
Exactly. Exactly. And here's the thing. I'm not taking your opinion because the builder is always hardest on his own work. So it looks
You
awesome.
had to like zoom in on it to make sure it was a model.
Yeah.
The
So,
photographs are awesome.
so that's what we got going on over here. Let's see. Bob, what you working on?
Well, I've been doing a little work on the Hatsuharu. Got the superstructure gun. Thank you, and the guns mounted on there. So yeah, it's coming along.
Nice. That's free shipping,
I'll
right?
probably put the free shipping special category at the meeting next month.
All right. And let's see. Ken, what are you working on?
My Armor Hobby P51B/C.
All right.
Cool.
That is really tiny, but the fit is stellar on all these parts. It's just,
Is that the
it's,
1/400?
no, it's a 1/72nd,
72nd.
and the fit is better than like a Tamiya kit. It's just amazing.
No, that's not.
I've been hearing a lot of good words about the armor.
That is
Yeah.
sacrilegious.
That's blasphemy.
The fit is just incredible. I'm blown away by the quality and the detail. The level of detail is something astonishing.
I've heard that. I've heard that's really good.
And
I want to do their P39.
I have the P39, but I'm doing the monogram P39, which, you know, it came out in 1969, so
Also stellar.
It is what it is.
it,
I think it's a cool
it's not so stellar, but it's a simple kit, and it's got some great detail for the age. It's got like a exposed engine and exposed gun bay, so if you want to
Yeah.
build that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got a lot more detail on it than the armor kit, but of course the armor kit's nice. But they switched their tool manufacturer. I think someone said because of the cost, and the detail is not as nice as on their like Hawker Hurricane in 48th. their 72nd kits. So I don't know. It's kind of like a less of a refined quality, but it's still pretty decent.
Oh,
All right, Jim Lore, what you working on?
oh, so many things. Got the Memphis Belle Prime.
Cool.
Finally, I had to wait for the exhaust to get my exhaust on my airbrush boot to get done, but that's primed in the Tamiya Extra Fine primer. I have this beautiful creature that I 3D printed, and I am now filling gaps. So that's drying now. My players will not like to see her come on board. I did some work on Mr. Daredevil. I got him almost put together. He's headless, but whatever. And then I was going to use that new sander on some of the filling for that. And then I'm gluing these pieces together I'm making them magnetic so that I can attach them to wood. And playing with my new toy. My new sander.
I hear the cat.
So, yeah. Uh-oh, we woke up the baby.
I know it.
Yeah, step out to get the kids some food, and
Yeah.
he's like he's already looking at his empty bowl.
All right.
I've had to cut mine off. He's too fat.
Oh, this one's too thin. He's got the CKD thing,
Oh, yeah.
and as long as he's wanting to eat something, I'm willing to feed him whatever he can handle.
Can't do that to my corgi. She'll eat till she dies.
Is it good?
I'm at the horns of a dilemma because our boy cat will eat everything, and he needs to be cut off. But I'm worried if I do that, then our girl cat won't get anything at all, and she's little.
Wow.
Yeah. So, what is the guy supposed to do?
Yeah.
Beat 'em.
So Gavin, what you working on?
Let's see. I put the upper deck on the Constitution, and it fought me the whole way.
Okay.
It was something. That vessel almost became a missile.
All right.
And
He says with a knowing laugh, ha 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 ha. Yeah, we've all done it.
wouldn't be the first one I've thrown, but
Probably won't
really
be the
don't want
last
to do
either.
probably not. But that's when did I do that? Saturday, I think.
Nice.
When I did that.
Throw it or put the upper deck on?
Put the upper deck on.
Oh, okay.
And then I had to scratch build that wheel support. I just did that out of sheet styrene. And it's
Which actually looks
painted
pretty
up
good,
now.
by the way.
Looks fine, yeah.
I was gonna say if you had it compared to that other part,
You wouldn't be able to tell.
yeah.
All right. All right. Julian, what you working on?
Just this German assault gun. Just little.
He's talking to himself.
Nice. And Chris, what are you working on?
So I finished the Shinanu reshipping,
This is tight.
and way early because I thought we were going to do this in April, which of the meeting that I missed. And right now I'm putting decals on the gear doors of the F4 that you will never ever see, and wondering why I'm doing it.
Because you know they're there.
You know it's
Personal
there.
satisfaction.
Yes.
Tiny
You
little
know it's
text.
there.
Yeah, but that's about it. Trying to get this thing ready for MozCon.
All right.
Yeah, you have a wider vessel you can put.
Yes. And it actually might have H2O in it already.
Nice. H2O.
high quality H2O.
It is some. I was just getting ready to say that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gatorade.
All right. So, how about some songs tonight, shall we?
Sweet. What
It's
year are we at?
1988.
87?
1988.
88.
88.
Year I graduated high school. All right.
88's my favorite number.
All right. So,
I'm not allowed to say my favorite number.
hi.
Funny number.
Huh. 88.
All right. So,
88 is the year I found out that tax reform in 1986 is what killed my business.
I also picked up this book. It's an excellent reference on the A4 book. It's called Scooter.
Oh, nice. I like the cover.
Yep, it's by a couple of pilots and some other people, but it's got tons of photos in here.
The Highlands Hot Rod.
I bought it used too. It was only $11.
Wow.
Wow.
Good deal.
I was listening to a podcast and Model Geeks podcast. They said it was a good book, and I looked it up, and there was a used one for $11. It looks new too.
Did you get thrift
There you
books?
go.
No, Amazon, believe it or not.
Amazon? Wow.
Yeah, they sounded print anymore, so there was used options, and I picked the $11 one, and it looked
Nice.
yeah.
But is it
Yeah.
in good? Is it in decent condition?
Yeah, it's great condition. I mean, seriously, great condition. And it's just got a ton of pictures.
I haven't populated yet.
And I love the scooter. My dad worked on it forever, and I got the Magic Factory over there in my stash.
Nice.
Yeah. I like the late model with the M model with the hump.
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? Yep, that's my favorite one too.
Yeah, I like that.
With the hump on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that
Yeah.
model. Yeah.
I'd like to get that kit. I'd like to get their Corsair 2-pack too.
Yes. That Corsair looks amazing. But that's way down the line.
All right, here we go. We've got Only a Memory by the Smithereens versus When It's Love by Van Halen.
It's not bad, man.
Van Hagar.
Yes.
Man, Hagar.
Alright, so our batting order tonight will be Ken, followed by Grant, Chris, Julian, Jim, Bob, Gavin, and then the Mats. Then I better put up, see if I was in the Facebook. How about that? Or not the Facebook,
Well, yeah,
but the
that would be nice.
YouTube.
'Cause that's where George usually comes on.
I know.
The Facebook or the tube?
The YouTube.
Well, good. That gives me time. Let's see.
Oh, there's George. Hey, we got in the chat now.
Hey, George.
George.
Georgie.
Georgia, the model bench.
Watch out for that tree, mate.
Yeah.
There, that sucks.
All right. So George's got a first vote in already. Look at that. So
Oh,
Wow, overachiever.
I know.
That's because he knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He posted it earlier today.
He posted that answer yesterday.
Yes.
George already knows who won.
Yeah, he does. So, but yeah, sorry, George.
And he
Didn't have
never
the,
said it.
didn't have
He
the
never
chat
said
up. Sorry. It's not like we've never done this before.
that's
All
what
right,
I'm
Ken. Smithereens or Van Halen?
I'm going with Van Halen.
All right. Grant?
Who did Smithereens?
Only a Memory by Smithereens or When It's Love, Van Halen?
Van Halen, I guess.
All right.
It's been a while since I. I'm gonna do here about this.
All right. Chris?
Smithereens.
Smithereens. Julian?
Van Halen.
All right. Jim?
I'm gonna go Van Halen on that one.
All right. Bob?
Van Halen.
Okay. Kevin?
Yeah.
guess I'll go with the van.
All right. Matt.
Van Wheeler.
Hey, hit me. Woo.
Hey, have you seen the man's basement? I mean,
Alright.
you even have to ask.
When It's Love's moving on by Van Halen.
Yes.
All right. And we have I Wish I Had a Girl by Henry Lee Summer versus I'm Not Your Man by Tom Conwell and the Young Rumblers. I have never
Oh
heard
my
of it.
lord!
Holy smokes! Never heard either of those.
Wait.
Oh, you didn't finish all your dinner. That's cool.
I'm gonna have to Viva on that one.
Viva on that one. All right, Grant.
Oh, I missed it. Sorry.
I Wish I Had a Girl by Henry Lee Summer or I'm Not Your Man by Tom Conwell and the Young Rumblers.
See, I'm still back in 1979 and 1988, so I'm going to go Viva Las Vegas.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Chris.
This is 1988, right?
Right.
I was busy in the military, so I'm gonna Viva because I have no idea what either one of those are.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Julian.
Heard those.
I know, yeah. Okay,
Julian?
let's do that.
Y'all are gonna hate me.
All right.
I've heard both of those actually.
All right. Julian, you going with a Viva on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Jim.
Wish I had a girl.
All right. Hey, Bob.
I'm Not Your Man.
Ooh.
Hey.
Oh,
Well,
did you do that because I went the other way? I mean, really?
Okay.
No, I just came to that conclusion on my own.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, Gavin.
Viva.
Viva on that one. All right. Matt.
Yeah, I'm a Viva. I have no idea what any one of those are.
Okay.
Wow.
Great. So, let's see. It's a tie. So.
The fickle
Viva
finger
won.
of fate.
Oh yes, Viva won. We have the new Viva rule. So Viva won.
this is one of those things where if we could listen to a brief, we might actually know one or two.
Right. So.
I can play that tune in one note.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. I didn't know that name.
Hey, Matt, too.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. I'm glad I'm not the only one that had no clue as to who those two were.
All right. So.
I don't know them by title.
Yeah,
I can guarantee you, if you heard the songs, you would know.
probably. That's
Yeah.
absolutely true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So let's see. We got Desire by
refresh everybody's
U2.
memory about the Viva rule. So,
What?
because now I'm confused. What is the Viva rule again?
If Viva Las Vegas gets a majority of the votes, Viva Las Vegas wins, and the other two are eliminated.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So that was one for I Wish I Had a Girl, one for I'm Not Your Man, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Viva Las Vegas.
Oh my God. Okay.
So Viva Las Vegas won that one. What would tell Marion?
Got it. Oh, he
Viva,
loved that.
Viva moves on.
Yes, Viva moves on.
Wow. All right.
All right, so we got Desire by U2 versus On the Turning Away by Pink Floyd.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the turning away.
That's a great
Definitely-
song. And Corey is not here.
Definitely
Yes.
Pink Floyd.
All
What
right,
was the
Ken?
first one again?
Yeah, Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd,
Yeah.
all right. Grant?
What was the first one again?
Desire by U2.
See, I just wanted to know because I want to know who's going to lose to Pink Floyd on that one. Okay,
Okay.
Pink Floyd, for sure.
Desire's a pretty good song by U2, but
Yeah. Hey, Chris?
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd. Julian?
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd. Jim?
Ray Floyd.
Okay. Bob?
Desire.
Desire.
Ah, there we go.
Let's see. Gavin?
Someone's a U2 fan.
And Pink Floyd. George, you got yours. Matt?
Anything but U2.
Okay. All right. On the Turning Away moves on by Pink Floyd.
Corey would be so proud of us right now.
On the Turning Away. All right.
Okay.
We got Just Like Paradise by David Lee Roth versus Orange Crush by REM.
Oh, now we're gonna find who the rockers and who the stoners were. This will be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, Ken.
I'll go with David Lee Roth.
Okay. Grant.
Now I'll go with the other one.
Orange Crush.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I'll
Chris.
go off on here for a little bit. I got
REM.
All right.
You get mine?
Did I heard yours? REM. Yep.
Yep.
Hey, Julian.
Viva.
Viva. All right.
What?
Jim.
I am going Paradise.
Okay.
Mr. Roth.
All right.
Good man, Jim.
So we got.
I am not an REM fan.
All right.
Nope.
Hey,
Me neither.
Bob.
Gotta go with David Lee Roth.
Okay. Gavin.
Monday.
Me too.
David Lee Roth. All right. Matt.
Can't stand David Lee Roth by himself. So,
Okay.
REM.
REM. All right.
I'm gonna miss this.
Come on, man. Crazy from the Heat was a pretty good album.
All right.
He's just such a dickhead. I can't stand
Well,
him.
yeah, but it was still a good album. I mean, he had Steve Vai for guitar player,
Yeah.
and probably the greatest bass player ever. The bass player from Mr. Big. I can't remember his name now, which is sad. But yeah,
All right. Well, with a score of 5-4 with one Viva, Just Like Paradise, David Lee Roth moves on. All right. We got The Valley Road by Bruce Hornsby and the Range versus Black and Blue by Van Halen.
Ooh,
Black and Blue's a good song too.
Yeah. Okay, Ken.
I'm going with Black and Blue.
All right. Grant.
Hey, Bruce Hornsby.
Okay.
Real quick, it looks like I might have to take care of the cat, so I'm gonna probably be offline. Can you see my microphone muted?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
So I
yeah, I
might be
can.
like- I'll get my sign out here or something, but yeah. I'll probably have to, I gotta take care of the kid here real quick, I think.
Okay. Understand. Okay, Chris.
Bruce Hornsby.
All right. Julian.
Viva.
Viva. All right. Jim.
Black and Blue, Van Halen.
All right. Bob.
Valley Road.
All right. Gavin.
Bingo.
What'd you say, Gavin?
I think you lost Gavin.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I'm gonna Viva.
Gonna Viva that one. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Matt.
Van Halen.
Van Halen. All right. So we got
Out the
and
album
George
only,
Viva Las Vegas.
812.
It was close, but Van Halen wins 4-3. So
Wow. There you go, Bruce Hornsby. I like Bruce Hornsby, but I just like
Yeah.
Van Halen better.
Well, they're both good.
yeah. All right. We got Tall Cool One by Robert Plant versus It's Money That Matters by Randy Newman.
Ooh,
Hmm.
I'm going with Robert Plant.
All right. Thanks.
so will I, so will I.
Okay. Julian. Or no, sorry, Chris.
Robert Plant.
Robert Plant. Julian.
Tall, cool woman.
All right. All right. Jim.
Mr. Plant
Okay.
of the Robert variety.
All right. Bob.
Gotta go with Robert Plant on this one.
All right. Gavin.
Bobby Plant.
Bobby Plant.
My man.
Robert Plant.
Robert Plant. All right.
Robert Shrubbery.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there a Rob Gardenia here?
Maybe Vincent Gardenia.
Flower.
All right, George, we got yours. It's a sweep. Tall, cool one from Robert Plant's moving on.
Wow.
All right, we got Roll With It by Steve Winwood versus Don't You Know What the Night Can Do by Steve Winwood.
What?
So Steve Winwood's going to win, but which one?
He's gonna beat him. I mean, he's gonna beat
Hey,
him.
now.
He's going to win.
Hey,
He's gonna
now.
win.
I'm going with Roll With It.
Roll with it. All right.
Roll with it, baby.
All right, Grant.
Trust the pro.
Hey, can the fickle-fingered coin of fate make my decision for me on this one? Because I'd go with Winwood.
Okay.
Okay, ABC. Okay, we'll go with the second one then.
Okay. All right. George says be right back. All right. So, Chris,
Second one.
second one. All right. Okay. Julian. Viva. All right. Hey, Jim.
Roll with it.
All right. Bob.
Man.
Love that song.
Yeah.
That's a good one too. I'm gonna go with Mr. Winwood here.
Which one? Roll with
Roll
it,
with it.
or don't you know what the night can do?
Let's go with don't you know what the night can do?
Okay. All right. Gavin.
I don't know if I've ever heard that song.
I think I'm gonna have to agree for this one.
All right. Got to Viva that one. All right. Okay, Matt.
I'm gonna do a roll with it.
Roll with it, and our deciding vote there. So roll with it moves on. It's 4-3.
Matt, number one, are you voting as well?
Yes. I vote within the while everybody else is voting. So
Okay.
yes.
Making sure.
Yep.
I don't want you to be left out.
Nope. So let's see. Next one is "Hate to Lose Your Lovin' by Little Feat versus "Simply Irresistible" by Robert Plant. Or Robert Palmer, excuse me.
Well, this is easy for me.
Yeah, I like this one.
All right.
Yep.
Ken.
I'm going with Robert Palmer.
Robert Palmer. All right. Let's see, Grant.
Yeah, this is simply irresistible. I cannot resist it.
Okay. Chris.
There you go.
Simply irresistible.
All right. Julian. What'd you say?
He said,
It sounded like a Viva.
Viva. Okay.
It's always a Viva.
Jim.
Oh, I'm going with Little Feat.
All right. Bob.
I'm gonna go with Simply Irresistible.
All right. All right. Let's see. Gavin.
Me too.
Simply Irresistible.
I'm gonna go with what Bob. Yeah.
Okay. Matt.
Simply irresistible.
All right. Simply Irresistible. Moving on.
Jim dies on the hill again.
Oh,
I know.
sorry, Jim.
It's all right. I'm used to it.
And we
You heard
got.
that?
This
Yes.
thing kind of.
I think it's the world's smallest violin I hear.
Wow. I don't remember asking for your opinion.
That's okay. I give it freely.
I know.
All right, and we got the number one seed, "Heaven Knows" by Robert Plant versus "When It's Love" Van Halen.
Ooh, okay, that was hard.
okay, all right.
All right, "Heaven Knows" Robert Plant, "When It's Love" Van Halen. Ken.
I'm going to go with Robert Plant.
All right. Grant.
I'm going to go with the cat. I guess that means Viva Las Vegas. Can I give Chris my proxy vote till I get back?
Nah, you're good.
Okay.
Why are you always trying to game the rules there, mad scientist? Cut it out.
Because I'm a lawyer. There's always a loophole.
Oh my god. I should have known better.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris. Christian.
Sorry, Chris, what was the choices? I was muted. I was
Oh,
spreading.
"Heaven Knows" by Robert Plant versus "When It's Love" Van Halen.
Robert Plant.
Okay. Let's see, Julian gonna Viva that one, or gonna give it Van Halen?
No, Van Halen. Yeah.
All right, good call, my friend.
I'm not a big rock and roll fan, but I do like Van Halen a lot.
Okay.
Okay, so I have to ask them, what music do you listen to?
Metal.
Well, then you're a rock and roll fan.
No, there's a difference.
Define metal.
They're more like a Metallica, like
Oh,
Pantera.
okay, yeah.
Van Halen's
Me
not
too.
metal.
No,
No,
they're rock and roll.
we're rock and
It's a sub genre.
roll. Arena rock.
Yes. Okay, Jim.
Van Halen.
Van Halen. All right. Bob.
Gonna go Van Halen.
Okay. Gavin.
What were the two choices? I got
Heaven
distracted.
Knows by Robert Plant or When It's Love by Van Halen.
I'm gonna go Bobby Plant again.
Okay. All right, Matt.
Van Halen.
Van Halen. All right. 5 to 3
His
to 1 there.
Bobby.
When It's Love's moving on.
Nice.
All right. And the one that got Viva Las Vegas, we'll take care of this one now. We have Angel of Harlem by U2 versus Simply Irresistible.
I'm going with Simply Irresistible.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Ken. Grant?
What?
Nope. Kitty.
I'm back. Yes, Simply Irresistible.
Okay.
He can't make up his mind what he wants to do.
All right. Chris, Angel of Harlem, Simply Irresistible.
Simply irresistible.
Okay. All right. Julian.
Oh, Vivo, I'm not even.
Gonna move
I'll
on.
use one of these last files and see how it works.
Okay, Jim.
Angel of Harlem.
Okay. All right. Bob.
I'm gonna put me down for Angel of Harlem.
Okay.
Nice.
Gavin.
Me and Bob dying on the hill.
Simply irresistible.
All right. Matt.
No YouTube.
No, you see.
Anything but YouTube.
Okay, so Simply Irresistible. Simply Irresistible moves on. Goodbye, Angel of Harlem. I don't even remember that song.
That was actually a lyric from it. Goodbye, Angel of Harlem. Which is funny.
All right.
Angel of Harlem.
All right, we got On the Turning Away by Pink Floyd versus Roll With It, Steve Winwood.
Pink Floyd.
Oh, Stevie.
Okay.
You.
Grant.
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd. Okay. Chris.
Pink Floyd.
All right.
Cat says Pink Floyd too.
Okay.
His vote doesn't count.
Julian Viva.
I'm sorry, what are the options?
On the Turning Away by Pink Floyd or Roll With It, Steve Winwood.
Vivo.
Viva. All right. Jim.
Pink Floyd.
All right. Bob.
I'm gonna go Pink Floyd.
All right. Gavin.
Floyd. Pink
Floyd.
Floyd.
Matt. Lloyd. Matt. Lloyd. On the Turning Away.
It's a great song.
Where'd George go? What did he do?
He's on a fall. He's on a call with Hey Boss.
Oh.
All right, so yeah.
We have to remember, fellas, he's working.
Yes.
When he shows up, he's actually working. So, yeah.
So we got Just Like Paradise, David Lee Roth, or Tall Cool One by Robert Plant.
I'm going with Tall Cool One.
Tall Cool One, all right. Grant.
Yep, Robert Plant.
Okay. Chris.
Robert Plant.
All right.
It says Plant.
Let's see, Julian.
Tall, cool woman.
Ooh. All right, Jim.
Mr. David Lee Roth.
Okay. All right, Bob.
Gonna go with Robert Plant.
Okay. Gavin.
Bobby Plant.
Bobby Plant again. Matt.
Yep. Right along.
Alrighty. 7-2. Tall Cool One's moving on.
Cool.
Alright.
Who else voted? Who else voted for?
David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
Me. Oh,
Nice.
George is back. Alright.
Well,
Okay.
Welcome back, Georgie.
And then we got
We have all the balloons down here. Everything's
we got two Van Halen songs going against each other. When It's Love or Black and Blue.
Oh, that's easy.
I'm going Black and Blue.
Black and Blue. Alright. Grant.
Say Lister again? Sorry.
When It's Love by Van Halen versus Black and Blue by Van Halen.
Van Halen.
You gotta pick one.
First one, sorry.
First one,
Nice.
When It's Love.
Sure.
Alright.
All of it.
Hey, Chris.
Black. What was it? Black and Blue or what?
When It's Love.
When It's Love.
When It's Love. Alright, George, we got
How
yours.
do I know if it's love?
Alright, Julian.
He's leaving.
No, he likes
Hello?
Van Halen.
Wait, can you guys not hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
I thought you said When It's Love.
When it's
Yeah.
love, all right.
I heard you.
All right, Jim.
Black and blue.
All right, Bob,
When it's love.
Gavin,
This one's gonna be close.
Black and blue.
Yeah, this one's gonna be close.
Matt. It's a tie.
No.
5-5.
Damn it.
All right. When it's love's heads.
There we go.
Black and
And
blue
the queen
tails.
makes an appearance.
And we flipped it over there. Let's try that again, shall we?
Play it where it lies.
And it is.
Hey, they cheated off Frankenstein's fat foot.
Moose is tails. Black and blue.
Right?
Where's that squirrel?
All right.
I vote for Moose and Squirrel.
Boris Berenov.
All
This
right.
is
So we got
Natasha.
our final four. We got Simply Irresistible.
Ooh.
Robert Palmer versus On the Turning Away. Pink Floyd.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm going Pink Floyd again.
Yes.
Floyd for Ken. Grant.
Ken, I'm sorry I have to nullify that vote. I'm going to go with Simply Irresistible because, you know, it's.
Whoa.
All right.
You a communist or something?
All right.
Apologies, Ken.
No problem.
Okay, Chris.
It's all fun.
I would say Pink Floyd.
Okay.
Oh,
All right,
there you
Julian.
go. Ken.
Simply
Any
Irresistible.
normal-
On the Turning Away.
Any normal human being would say Pink Floyd.
Or he's gonna Viva.
Or he's
Oh,
gonna
are you guys talking to me? Sorry, I couldn't hear you say my name. I think people were talking to me.
Oh. So, Simply Irresistible or On the Turning Away, Julian?
Viva.
Viva. All right, Jim.
Pink Floyd, baby.
Okay.
On the turning
Okay.
away.
Bob.
Oh, gotta go Simply Irresistible.
We're back down to +1.
All
This
right.
better not be a tie.
Gavin.
Pink Floyd.
Floyd.
+2.
Okay. Matt.
Close.
Irresistible.
Simply Irresistible.
Oh, come on.
5-4 with one Viva. Simply Irresistible moves on.
That's George went Simply Irresistible.
Yes, he did.
Thank you.
He goes, my judgment is clouded with the video clip.
See, that's it. It's the girls, man. It's the girls and movies, and then that's it. They think that song is awesome. Well, I wasn't cool, Mr. Palmer.
He's got a great voice.
All right, so we got the other final four. We have Black and Blue by Van Halen versus Tall Cool One, Robert Plant. So,
I'm going
Ken.
with Robert Plant.
Okay.
Back when Led Zeppelin was a rap song.
Hey. Grant.
I might have conflated something here. Is that tall, cool woman in a black dress?
No,
No.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Okay.
not?
it's basically imagine if Led Zeppelin were rapping,
Yeah.
like in the 80s. That's what it was.
I'll go with Robert Plant.
Okay. All right, Chris.
Robert Plant.
All right. Julian, Black and Blue, Tall Cool One.
Well, I thought it was Tall Cool Woman, but I thought she was in a black dress.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna go Viva now.
All right. You got Black and Blue by Van Halen.
Oh. Sorry, guys. I'm out of it.
You're fine.
All right.
He's doing Sherman tank stuff. Leave the man alone.
Okay. Yeah. All
I
right,
just want to
Jim.
know if he finished the Stug or not. Oh, Black and Blue Van Halen.
Oh, the Stug?
The stuff.
All right.
Just
That's just sitting on the shelf.
Ooh.
What about the Panther?
Julian,
Oh, that's done.
Your voice is so low. Have you been screaming or something?
Oh, I think my mic is kind of turned away. But
On the turning away.
I just gotta. I don't know if you guys can even really see this. Let me bring my.
you're not doing photo etch, are you?
No, I'm just gonna do the photo etch clamps on this. But I finished painting the face.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I saw
Nice.
that. That was awesome.
You can't really see it. Wow.
Tiny little head.
So, I literally just gotta glue him into
Not gonna touch
Bird
that.
hatch, and then I'm done.
There you go.
No, I can touch that one. Not gonna touch
Okay,
that.
Bob, black and blue, black and blue, or tall cool one?
Tall cool one.
Tall cool one. Gavin.
Which one's Bob?
Tall
Bobby
cool one.
Brown. Okay, that one.
That one. Matt.
Which one's the strawberry dude?
All right. 6-3 in Aviva. We got tall cool one by Robert Plant. Moving on. All right. So our.
Go, Bobby.
Who's the lone dissenter in that?
So we got our final two: Simply
The two
Irresistible
Roberts.
or Tall Cool One for the 1988 winner. What do we got? Ken, what you gonna pick?
Roberts.
Yeah, the two Roberts. I'm gonna go with Robert Palmer.
You go Palmer. Grant.
Irresistible. I'm not gonna mess that one up with names.
Okay. Chris.
Palmer. Palmer.
Julian.
Viva.
Viva. Jim.
Mr. Plant.
Mr. Plant.
Whoa.
Bob.
Tall cool one.
All right.
Oh man.
Let's see. Gavin.
Oh, about good-looking women.
Simply irresistible.
Thank you.
Matt.
I guess it is.
Simply irresistible.
All right.
Thanks.
Wait for
I
see
think
if George
everybody's
gonna get on
thinking
here.
with the lower brain.
Yeah.
Ah, you're funny, George. Robert Plant and Robert Palmer all have the same initials. There we go. And our winner for 1988 is Simply Irresistible.
Indeed, indeed it is.
Actually, we all won.
No, we did.
Yes.
The reason why we all won is because nobody came to blows. Thank you very much, Gavin.
Well,
Yes.
if we come to blows over this, then we're dumb. This is supposed to be fun. No, we're not coming to
Well-
blows over it.
It would be interesting to see how we would come to blows since we're all online.
I could virtually hit somebody.
Oh yeah, right. Give it a shot. Give it the best shot.
You didn't feel that?
No, I did not. You did.
Well,
some-
then, see, it's not that great. I didn't say it was going to be powerful. I just said I could do it.
All right.
Okay, it's pumpkin time. I gotta bail, guys.
All
We'll
right.
see you next
See you,
week.
Ken.
Enjoy the rest of the week. Later, dudes.
Oh, that's right. He's an hour ahead of us.
Yeah, he's an hour ahead of us. It's 10 o'clock there. And he gets
And
up
he did
early
not
too.
see this one
And
coming.
he gets up super early.
All right, so
he gets
next
up at like
week
3.
we got ones like Show Don't Tell by Rush,
Yeah.
Rockin' a Hard Place by the Rolling Stones, Love in an
never trying to make a
Elevator,
comeback.
Aerosmith. Let's
Yeah.
see.
There's that list.
We got let's see. One that is often parodied. A song by Tom Petty, Free Falling.
Oh, sorry.
We got Crossfire by Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Nice.
Oh boy,
Oh, yeah.
this is going to be a very hard list for me.
We got Running Down a Dream, Tom Petty.
Mm-hmm.
It's
We
my
got
favorite Tom
End
Petty
of the
song.
Innocents by Don Henley.
Okay, good.
Rooms on Fire, Stevie Nicks. I Won't Back Down, Tom Petty.
Oh,
Tom
Let's
Petty
see,
was
Now You're in
popular in the
Heaven
80s.
by Julian Lennon. I'll Be There For You by The Replacements.
Oh wow.
Stand by R.E.M.
Stand
Love Is in Your
the
Eyes by
place
Eddie
you
Money.
were.
And Got It Made by
Oof.
Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young.
Oh,
A lot of good music.
dude. So you do publish this list, right? Before.
Yeah.
It's right off. It's off of Wikipedia.
Oh, I'll have to get a link. I have to do that. I have to listen to some of that stuff before the
Me too.
show.
I got Apple Music. I'll just punch them all in and listen to them. Make a playlist and listen to them all week.
Yep.
Is there a way you can scan the list and maybe put it on the Modeling with the Mets website? Or
Picture of it.
the
Just for sharing us the link snag it on the Wikipedia site.
Or yeah,
Snag
just
it.
share us the link. You know.
What is it? It's on Wikipedia. What is it?
Yeah, it's
Billboard top hits
it's-
from 1989.
it's let's see. It's got a specific
I'll
title.
do it. I'll top.
Oh, I got a handful of cat. Oh, I got a chest full of cats. Sorry. No, dang it.
1989.
You know, Grant, we don't
I
even
got
know your
it.
personal life.
And then how many songs do you go down?
I do for however many there are. It's
So I got the top 100 for 1989.
no, it's
Ooh,
like
that's
it's the hard rock one. It's the one they started in 1981.
Okay. That was Wikipedia.
Yeah.
It's got Paula Abdul on there. This one.
No.
Shame. Don't
This is
you?
Billboard year-end Hot 100 singles of 1989.
This cat take a photograph and publish that?
I don't want to get us in
but
trouble.
this is not the right list.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna go look at this list and I'm gonna listen to all these songs and there won't be a single one next.
So what is the list called, Matt?
I think it was called the. Oh. Let me just look at it and
Billboard Hard
I'll
Rock.
post it tonight.
Okay,
It's
Billboard
something hard rock.
Right.
Hard Rock 1989.
It's, yeah.
Here's the chat at. Here's the chat.
Billboard mainstream rock.
Billboard.
Billboard mainstream rock.
Yacht rock.
Oh Jesus.
Uh,
Okay.
Spotify?
Me-
Yeah, mainstream rock chart is what I looked up, and then I have the list. That's where I got it from.
Yeah, what was the time? What was the name again? Billboard.
Billboard
mainstream or hard-
mainstream rock.
Yeah.
Main.
Okay, I got a Spotify list that has Free Falling, Running Down a Dream, Once Bitten, Twice Shy, Great White,
Yeah.
1989. You say?
Patience, Rock and Hard Place.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. 1989 Billboard's mainstream rock chart was dominated by the likes of Def Leppard, Tom Petty, and Van Halen. That's not what I'm looking for. That's the AI overview.
But it's the truth.
Right.
Oh man.
Well, I can't find it.
Spotify mainstream rock.
Oh. Okay, I got the Wikipedia now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Number one is Free Falling. Number 2 is Running Down a Dream. Once Bitten, Twice Shy, Patience, Rock, Hard Place. So far, so good, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay. I Will Not Go Quietly, Water Song, Let the Day Begin, Wait for You, Send Me Down the River. 11 is Headed for a Heartbreak, Firewoman.
By Winger.
Okay, so I'll just listen to all those for the first 40. That sounds good.
Yeah, that'll get you the ones I have because there was 20 number one songs that year.
Okay. The last one is Need a Little Taste of Love.
Let's see. The first one is January 21st. It's Got It Made by Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. The last one was December 30th. Show Don't Tell by Rush.
Oh, that's not on the mainstream rock that I got listed. Spotify.
So, well, remember, this is off of Wikipedia.
It's going to be a tough night for everybody else when Rush gets in there.
Yeah, Chris, did you say you found it on?
Nah, I didn't really.
Oh, okay. So basically,
I
we just
found
got to
it
listen to all the songs that came out in 1989. Okay.
I would say if you listen to most of the songs on that list, you'll at least close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might.
Doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah. Oh, I guess you got some copyright issues, Matt, why you can't take a photo of that list and just post it?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Singing the songs are one thing, but actually playing the music or whatever, or album covers or whatever, yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is there any way we can secure the rights?
Sure, we had a lot of money.
Yeah, if we had Musk bucks, you're right. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10,000 space bucks.
There you go.
Bucks.
Yeah. Well, before I
Space bucks, I'm like, all right.
call it a night, folks, I'll just show you a little bit of the work I've been doing on that destroyer. I'm trying to get a.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
I've basically got the turrets, the superstructure, the torpedo tubes mounted on there. I still got to do a little paint touch up and install the other little parts.
Hey, look how
Nice.
exciting that thing is.
Is that one
Is it Japanese?
Yes.
We can put it on the base of my shenanigan. It could be like an escort. You know, just
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Might well be. So, anyway, I'm gonna call it a night, guys. Always great being with you guys. Y'all take care and talk to you soon and marvel on.
All right, thanks,
See you later,
Bob.
Bob.
Follow on,
Yeah,
dude.
Bob.
See you later.
Nice.
How do I know if it's love?
So George says he discovers a new hobby store on YouTube that's near him. Let's see, run by one guy and only sells Gundam kits.
That must be nice, George, to even find a new hobby shop.
Yeah. Those exist.
If I win the
What, hobby
lottery,
shops? Yes.
Yeah.
They are
No, but I'm just saying.
dying, but they're still out there.
Hey, there's
Used
one
to
up here in
be-
St. Charles that's really good.
Yeah, called Mark Twain.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is there used to be a ton of them in
Oh,
St.
yeah.
Louis.
Yeah.
Checkered Flag, Schaefer's. What was the one in Kirkwood? There was one down there by the railroad tracks in Kirkwood too.
That was
Yeah.
Kirkwood Hobby.
Kirkwood Hobby, yeah.
There we
They're
go.
gone.
Got that. Got that.
I'm gonna go over to Paducah in a couple of weeks and see what they have over there.
Paducah, Kentucky? Or Tennessee?
Kentucky.
I've driven through there a couple times.
if I win
It's
the
only
lottery,
like
a hobby store.
it's only like 45 minutes from me, so
If you get a chance, go to Cadiz. They have the best Kentucky Fried Chicken anywhere I've ever ate at.
I ate at a restaurant. Let's see. The land between the lakes, I think. It's called Patty's. That's supposed to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Patty's.
Yeah.
I've got some friends who just came back from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
Good eating's there.
No, it's actually not a couple weeks. It's over a month. At the beginning of July, I'm gonna go see the B-29. It's gonna be in Evansville. Fifi is gonna be in Evansville.
Beefy.
Yeah.
What the?
It's one of two airworthy B-29s in the
There's
world.
one in Wichita, right?
Yeah,
There's
I think that one's Doc.
There's one
Yeah,
at Right Pat.
Yeah, I want to go see Doc. They have a little museum there.
Or is that a flyable version? That Right Pat, the boxcar?
No,
Doc
there's
is
only
fun.
two. There's only two airworthy B-29s in the world. One of them is Fifi, owned by the Commemorative Air Force in Texas.
Yeah.
The other is Doc, owned by
Oh,
a private.
Fifi with an F. F-I-F-I. Okay, I thought
Yeah.
you said something else. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, Doc's flyable.
Yeah, Doc is the other airworthy one.
But it's owned by who?
And it's owned by some private.
Okay.
Yeah.
They got a little hangar / museum of it in
Yeah.
Wichita.
Wait, you said it's a B-29, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Super Fortress.
The Super Colt.
Doc is actually kind of a new deal. It didn't get restored till like 2018, 2019, I think.
Yeah, I think he was actually putting some stuff on Facebook for a while. You know, different pictures of it, and then
They restored Fifi in the 70s, and for like 50 years, it was the only B-29 airworthy in the world.
Where's
yeah, you can actually get rides in that thing now.
Yeah, is there one coming to town here?
Wait a minute.
I would love to do it.
Wait a minute.
Is one coming to town in St. Louis here soon?
That's
Yes.
easy.
Yeah, and if you ride in the Bombardier seat, it's like $1,500.
Yeah.
Hey,
Is
Gavin.
that a pressurized cabin?
Yes, the B-29s were pressurized.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes,
So-
Green.
There might be a caveat here. Okay. I don't know if these three were flying all at the same time, but let's not forget Glacier Gal.
That's a P-38.
P-38.
What was the B-29 that burned up before they got it? They were.
Oh, that was the Arctic Bird.
Arctic Bird.
E-Bird.
Yeah, the
E-Bird.
E-Bird, and that actually, it never flew.
Well,
they got it close, but it burned up before as it was taking off.
it was airworthy, even though it never got into the air.
There was some question about that because they weren't really sure.
Well, it was.
They were trying to get it in the air, and they would have found out one way or the other, but they didn't know 100%.
but they felt it was airworthy enough to give it a shot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know if those three. I don't know if those three were in existence at the same time, though.
Was it a B-17 that was lost at the air show a couple of years ago when they collided with another?
Yeah, that was.
Collided with
yeah, in
a, wasn't it a P-51? Yeah, that was last year.
P-39.
63. Yeah.
Oh, the Air Cobra.
Yeah.
That was
Air
really
Cobra
good.
came in and sliced the B-17 in half.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what show it was? But I saw a video like a while back of a P-51 that crashed into the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They were racing.
Where
weren't
did
they?
that happen?
Like Vegas?
Oh,
or something?
that was at Reno. That was at the
Yeah.
Reno Air Races.
It was a racing P-51, so probably kind of smaller than.
Yeah, that was what was the red one? It was bright red. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That was at Reno.
What was that
All
airplane? I
right.
know.
Hey, if you look on
There's a
Miles Mats, I
P-51.
have next week's list up. I just have the list. I don't have the bracket.
Yeah.
Matt, you are a wonder, man. Thank you.
Yeah. So enjoy your listening pleasure for next week.
Will do.
Wonderman.
I got a playlist for Sunday now.
Yep.
Los Vivos.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully.
if you listen to the music, does that mean that you are not allowed to Viva?
Hey, that's a good one. That's a good.
Wow.
Well, then we're on our best behavior to actually
Yeah.
tell the truth.
Yes, you should always tell the truth.
That's what they say. We were talking about that earlier, Jim. About I was going to mention before everybody got on about character is what you do when you don't think anybody's looking. Well, now character is what you do when you don't know who's listening. Alexa, Google.
Well, Grant, let me tell you, when nobody's looking, I do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you do for a Klondike bar? If I told you,
But what do you say when you don't? But what do you say when you don't think anybody's listening?
I don't.
Oh, that's my
I
daily
don't
job.
I know somebody's always listening.
No, that's my
yeah,
daily job.
Somebody can always hear you.
yeah, always.
Yeah. Does it mean the students aren't listening?
Right.
Well, Jim and I were having a conversation before everybody got on, and we started to go down a path which would be, between the two of us is okay, just conversation. But if YouTube was listening, we probably would have gotten Matt. See, I don't know what to say.
YouTube is always
I don't even want to say anything about this because we're on Google,
Right.
and Google has ears, and Google has some very good ears now.
Yep.
I am surprised. And Jim was talking about, he was mentioning something, and all of a sudden Alexa, it was on his playlist.
Well, no, I listened to Pandora at work,
Okay.
and I was talking with a buddy of mine about Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
And sure enough, the next two songs were Ozzy Osbourne.
And that's when a very pregnant pause occurred when I realized, yeah, we got to stop talking about
Okay,
this.
so here's the thing. In doing all of these renovations that I've done with my house, we do a lot of internet searches for different hardware stores, different products. Now, if I go on YouTube, all of my ads are based on house stuff.
Yeah.
Or model stuff, or if I go for shopping for shoes, it'll pull up the shoes that I wear, and I'm just like, okay, this is getting crazy.
That's why I clear my cache and delete my internet stuff
all the time,
multiple times a week. Yeah,
all the time. Yep.
Yeah, because that freaks me out.
It does. Me
Yeah.
too.
That's right.
I'm not a fan of Big Brother. Big Brother could bite me. I don't want him watching.
Yeah.
So George says, hey, a few weeks ago, we had an aerobatic pilot nosedive into the ground coming out of a loop. He survived. It was at the Avalon Air Show. And he also says, I don't just listen, it mind reads.
Yeah.
And it's predictive.
Yeah, right.
It is.
Yeah, that's an AI action now.
He is
Yeah.
100% correct.
What was he flying? Ask George what he was flying.
Probably an extra 300 or an extra 550.
George, what was the
aerobatic
airplane
jump.
that crashed?
Okay.
Please hold.
Yeah.
Please hold. It takes a while to get to Australia and back.
Your call will be answered in the order as received. Your current wait time is 4 minutes.
Well, the problem is he should have had that by tomorrow for sure.
Well, yeah, he should already know.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, he's there, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I know what it was. He already heard our question. He just doesn't want to answer it.
He just doesn't want to answer. Let's be honest.
He doesn't know he's gonna look it up.
So I just finished this show on Netflix. If you have Netflix, and if you like murder mysteries, it's called The Residence. It's like a comedy murder mystery. It's about a death in the White House, and it's just good. It's just good.
Alright.
It's fun.
That's on my list.
A show or movie?
It's an 8-episode show.
Okay.
Alright.
It's so good. I love the main character, which is his female like Sherlock Holmes character.
Says it was a Wolf Pitts S1-11X.
Kind of like with
What?
the Red Bull air racing. It's the Red Bull air racing type airplanes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the
Yeah,
extra
so those
300,
all
extra
sound
550.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off the ground comes up a lot quicker when you do that.
That's a biplane. That's cool.
Was it?
Yeah, it is.
He nosed in a biplane. Ooh.
Hey,
And
Chris,
survived.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's
murder
well.
mysteries.
The modern biplane, like the
What's that?
Christian Eagle and all that, are a lot more durable.
I'm waiting for you. Hey, let me send you a chat. Hey, yeah. So who was the last actor to play James Bond?
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig. So on Netflix, it's got this 2 movies, and Daniel Craig plays kind of a Sherlock Holmes kind of guy.
Knives Out and Glass Onion.
Yeah, Knives Out.
Glass Onion, Knives Out. Yeah, both of those. That surprised me. Those were good. I like those movies.
Those were
Pretty
good.
good.
I like those.
So I guess you've seen those, Chris?
Yes, I have. And,
Yeah.
and Knives Out describes my wife's family. Her dad's 88, and he's got money. And she's got 3 siblings, and they're all like waiting for his ass to drop.
Wow.
I mean, literally just like that movie.
Holy
Chris?
cow. Has he seen the movie yet?
YouTube is listening.
I know.
Yeah.
Chris is going to be in the doghouse.
Yeah, that was a crazy. That was
I'm gonna tell you right now, trying to avoid all the stuff by clearing your
yes.
cache and all that stuff is a fruitless
Yes.
effort.
Yep.
If you don't think they've already thought of that, you're wrong.
Let's just be honest. Most of us here probably own a home, have registered to vote, have flown on an airplane.
Yep.
I flew a couple weeks ago. They take photographs of you now at the TSA checkout.
They sure do.
It's like, I can look up you. If I give you my address, you can see how much I paid for this house and when I did it and what year and what my taxes
Yep.
are. And
I just go on Zillow. I can find out if it's for sale or not.
yeah, you can go to what's the website, see if I got any, been sued or have any,
CaseNet.
Yes, this stuff gets all crawled.
That's right.
You trying to block your cache on Google is like farting in the wind, man.
So, how many here do not remember the voiceover at the end of Nights in White Satin?
Oh, breathe deep, the gathering gloom.
Absolutely, you're magnetic ink.
Cross-like stayed at every room. Yeah.
When you said that, Chris, that the phrase "you're magnetic ink" just went right through.
Yeah, look, I work in retail, IT. Like, if you walk into one of our stores, you're not going to connect to our Wi-Fi, but your phone will ping it, and then we can track where you walk in the store, what end caps you stop at, and all kinds of stuff.
Well,
That's
absolutely.
why most of these places offer free Wi-Fi, because then they can.
You don't even need to connect to that. It just tracks you. We know what door you come in, which end caps are a waste of time for us, and we need to rebuild them.
This is why
It's like a radar and an RWR.
How in the world can you ever commit a crime if everybody knows exactly where you're at?
Yeah.
Well, apparently,
Chris.
And at any given point, you are on camera at least
Jim,
5 times a day.
Jim, apparently all you have to do is be a leftist wearing with a 50-cent mask. And they'll never catch you.
Chris, do you sit in your cockpit and you look at your radar and RWR of where all these customers are?
I know, but we have cameras. We have cameras in all the stores, right? And let's say
I have cameras at work.
Julian walked in and we suspected, the store calls the security center, and it's in the same building I'm in. It says, this customer came in, is wearing this shirt. We think they might have stole something. All they have to do is grab the picture of your face when you first came in the door, and then just say, it rips through all the video.
Well, I'm always mad.
Yeah.
It rips through all the video live, and then just makes a single stream of wherever a camera picked you up. It's like you just have to lasso your face, click it, and then. I mean,
What
stuff
store
is
is
crazy.
this now?
There's a show on A&E called Stadium something. It's where they talk about the security at these big stadiums, and they are watching. That's how they get so quick. If you start a fight in your seat or something like that, they can see it, and they're always there. They're watching. Anybody thinks they're not is foolish. So don't do bad stuff, and you'll be fine.
Yep.
So,
That's how I combat all the
Case in
clearing
point,
of caches. I just live a very boring life, so the joke's on them.
Well, yeah, I don't want to go to jail. I wouldn't survive in jail.
yeah. No.
case in point,
I'd go for a couple of packs of smokes, and I'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
I work for everyone's either favorite or least favorite big box retailer. The blue one.
Yes, the worst.
The Arkansas one?
Yeah.
The one that
Bentonville
begins with a double.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
My town I live in has, at the last census, we counted 9,100 people.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to guess, and we'll go around the horn on this if you want, how many cameras there are on that property.
It's probably like over 1,000.
That's a little high. I would probably
About
say
1,000.
50. Are you serious?
How much?
1,000?
It's not 1,000. It's less
Okay.
than 1,000.
I was
I
like,
know our stores have about 72.
I would say 50.
Not 50.
A
You're
lot of those
way
are
low.
fisheye and
I'm gonna,
250.
I'm gonna go Viva Las Vegas on this one.
$1, Bob.
In the super center that I work for, there are over 470 cameras
Whoa.
on the property.
So let me tell
And
you,
that's the parking lot. That's internal. That's in the break rooms. So the employees are also being watched too, I assume.
Yeah.
Yes. We have the tire center, the service center.
Oh, okay.
There are 3 cameras in every service pit under every car.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I
And,
can see that.
how much is that is liability related?
Oh, 100% of it.
A lot of it.
I would say 100% of it.
yeah,
Well, no,
you work those
Imagine.
Well, there are cameras there for shrinkage.
All time.
There's cameras.
Well, there's cancers. The cameras are there for loss prevention.
They're there.
That's
And we're not some high crime area. We're just some podunk town in the middle of southern Illinois.
well, but it's a super center. Yeah.
So the hit here, but I go to these conventions because these things are connected to my network, right? So in one of the security camera things I watched, it was about Walmart. And, like probably in the last 5 years, there's been this movement of do not confront the people stealing, right?
Right.
Right. They got to get
Walmart's
past the door.
Yeah. So Walmart's answer is, this is how they deal with it. They have so many cameras, and they've moved to that whole, like in where I live, they don't have any registers anymore. It's all self-checkout, right?
Exactly.
They've moved to this thing where, let's say I steal something. I think I get away with it. And somehow I gimmick the there's all these things you can do at the register that put stuff in the bag that didn't ring up, whatever. So they got me on the camera doing that. They got me leaving the building. They got me going to my car. They got my license plate. And so I think I get away with it. And then I come back and I do it next week. And I keep doing it. Well, once you hit $1,000, they take all that video. They take all the video. They send it to the cops, and the cops show up your door for grand theft.
Yep.
Seriously.
Because at that point, it's a felony. Yep.
Now, do you guys link your stores so that like not meaning the gypsy thing where it's like going from store to store to store. Do you link your stores, or is it $1,000 at a individual store?
I don't know how they do it. I do know that we have this camera system in our parking lots that if there's a warrant out for you, and
Yeah,
your
it can tell.
and your license plate pops up, it's on my network. It just calls the cops immediately. So
Yeah. It's facial recognition software. Yeah.
So that reminds me of another movie. I think it was Denzel Washington.
Again, another way that virtuosity.
yeah.
Where he was being chased and he was trying to duck into stores, and the whoever was chasing him was looking at the video feeds from all of the stores and streets. Was that the one?
Virtuosity. That was
Virtuosity.
him and Gladiator. What's that? Russell Crowe.
Oh, Russell Crowe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what we're talking about, huh, Chris? Except on a completely higher level.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a little scary.
they had the satellite or something. They had an airborne view that kept zooming in and zooming in and zooming in. Yeah.
It's actually a little scary, but what's really scary is the need for it. I mean, really?
Well, they just don't want to confront anybody anymore, so they just.
Well, it's because it's
That's how you
dangerous.
escalate the situation. You gotta leave that to the cops. They get.
Yeah, that's their job. Let the police do it. That is their job.
Oh God, guys, listen to this. Listen to this question. Matt, are you
Yeah.
still recording?
Yes.
Yeah. We're going to jail. We're going to jail.
All right. So hey, to change the subject, but George wants to know hive mind question. About to make sprue goo for the first time. Is there a
cool.
preferred type of sprue? Is hard plastic better than soft, or is it all the same?
Once it's
This is-
melted
this
down,
is
I
what I've
find it's
heard.
all the same.
Don't use clear.
Yeah, don't use glitter.
I would think it would be plastic. Well, I would think that the different types of plastics would have different characteristics once it's melted down.
Yeah, but isn't it all styrene anyway? It's polystyrene, right?
No, some of those models, the plastic is super soft, right? Other models, that's some pretty hard plastic, like to me.
Well, I find Hasegawa brittle, so there you go.
Yeah, something like that. Whereas, some of
George?
that,
They say the sprue goo you should have like the main brands you work with. You should have each one made out of like their own. You
Yeah.
should only use that one.
That's
for
what I was
that
thinking.
brand.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I never
Oh
thought of that.
yeah. Because it's like that. It's like that AMT truck I'm working on. That is some super soft plastic. But the Hasegawa F-15s, man, I take a pair of dikes to that, and it would snap. I'd hardly get any pressure on it, and that plastic would just snap loose.
I hate soft plastic. That's one of my.
Yeah. So that's why I was thinking. I would think that you would want to use that particular plastic for that particular model. You know?
I've had really good luck. My sprue goo is made out of Academy and a mixture of Academy and Tamiya, because I used a lot of when I built the Tiger, I used a lot of the sprue from that, and I love it.
So there are two questions. What is George wanting to use it for, and why not clear?
Clear doesn't melt like it's supposed to. Yeah,
Okay.
for some reason, it's brittle. It's too brittle.
But it's not really polystyrene. It's more of a acrylic.
Yeah.
Acrylic. Yeah.
Which is why
Polycarbonate.
or Future and all that works so well with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a polycarbonate. And what does George want to do with it?
He's just making his own.
Yeah.
So George, what I do is I use evergreen sprue or evergreen plastic sheeting and just cut it up into there, and then it's this nice, pretty whitish gray color, and it sticks to virtually everything. That's what I use.
That's a really good idea.
That
Because
is a
then it
good
doesn't
idea.
have it's
I didn't even
all
think
the
about
same, and it doesn't have any like weird chemistry involved with it. It's just the evergreen plastic sheeting.
And it's relatively inexpensive. You can pick up, if you were to pick up a $8 bag of the real thin stuff, you cut it up, you put it through a shredder.
Yep.
And then you put it in a bottle, and there's your sprue goo. You don't need any more.
I've never made it.
And
Really?
What are
I
you
use
using?
I use it all the time.
What are you using?
What's the point, though? I just don't get it.
What are you using?
So, okay.
Orange cap?
Yes.
Yeah, Dylan.
So, if you think about it for a second, sprue goo is basically styrene. So, if you're using it to fill styrene gaps, why not use styrene as opposed to what I'm using now, which is Mr. Surfacer or whatever, right? So it's much easier to clean up. It's when you scribe on it, it scribes better. So when you're having to get that stuff back, panel lines or whatever, whenever you try to scribe with like Mr. Surface or whatever, it just flakes
Strikes
off.
out.
Where this, you don't get that. And you can't really use like Perfect Plastic Putty or Mr. Surface or whatever for really large gaps because it just doesn't fill that way. But Sprue Goo will definitely fill that way.
Yeah.
Now, the drawback for Sprue Goo. Here's the one of the main drawbacks for me is that, like right now, I'm cleaning up Daredevil here with just alcohol and a sponge, right? So I'm getting rid of all the excess that I put on, and that's what it looks like now. But the Sprue Goo, you don't have a choice. You have to sand it. Because once it's hard, it's plastic.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It is. Yeah,
It's like welding. You're melting two pieces of metal together.
exactly what it is.
I made a batch of it last summer. I either got my mix wrong or something with the humidity because it's really humid down here. But it just never would set up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I would put it in the list of like old school modeling techniques.
It is.
Still useful.
Right.
It's like decanting spray cans into a bottle. I don't
Yeah.
want to do
Right.
So I've had this stuff for a couple of years. And I need to add a little bit more, and when my to me extra thing gets really super low, I'll put it in here. But
Yeah.
I use it with this consistency. I've had this for 2 years. And I just keep adding a little bit more plastic to it. So
When it comes to gaps, if I got a big gap, I'll use a medium CA.
Yeah.
a lot of people do the baking soda and super glue trick.
I've heard talcum powder and super glue. I
Yeah.
just heard it on a podcast the other day.
Now, again, here's the thing with talcum powder and super glue. You can't get rid of it with alcohol or a thinner. Once that hardens, you have to
You
sand
have
it.
concrete.
Yeah, you got, and it's a lot harder than even Sprue Goo.
I
But
bet
it
it's
works.
hard to describe too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just shears out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll
you do-
flake off just like super glue will.
I just never heard of ties like talcum powder and super glue. I thought they were joking around.
For smaller gaps, for a long time I was using just the regular Tamiya white putty.
Yes.
And then a couple of weeks ago, I got some of that Vallejo plastic putty, and I
I
really
have
like
that.
it.
A
It's
perfect
good.
plastic buddy. I love that stuff.
I like
You
it.
just
I've
butter
heard,
it up with a.
and I've heard people complain about that. But I love it. I used it on a little B29 I made a couple of weeks ago, and it was
Yeah,
fun.
that's my go-to, because you can get like a paintbrush and dip it in water,
Yeah.
and it waters it up and then it just kind of flows right into the gap.
Yeah, that's what I do there. This right here is perfect plastic buddy.
Which was that, Chris? What was that you do?
This one right here. With, can you see it?
Is that the Tamiya?
Wait.
Vallejo.
I gotta pin you up
Vallejo
here.
plastic putty. It's got this.
Oh,
little
yeah.
tiny fin.
Oh,
You
Vallejo.
put it on the model, and you let it sit for maybe 5 minutes, and then you get like just a paintbrush with water, and you dab it on there, and it
And you
softens
dab.
it up, and it flows in better.
Yeah.
I got a
And
notebook.
once it hardens, you can clean it up with the water,
Yeah.
and it'll stay where you need it to stay. So you got a lot less sanding and cleanup to do.
Wait, it cleans up with water after it's hardened?
I've
Yes.
never done that part, but
Whoa.
I'm not
That's what I'm
saying.
doing right now with this. I mean, you
So-
guys saw it before. It had because I am I'm heavy-handed with my filler because I want to make sure I get it right the first
Yeah,
time.
no doubt.
So
Yeah.
this is being cleaned with alcohol. And
Yeah.
before, this is going all the way up his leg and down the boot. And I just took this paintbrush and I dipped it in a little alcohol here and I just dipped it and it came off.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now that's filled. I don't have to sand it. I'm good to go.
What's the full name on it again? I got my notepad out. Vallejo.
The Vallejo plastic putty. The model number is 70.401. That's the nomenclature they use on our.
And then they also make the same stuff. It's called Perfect plastic putty that you can get at the hardware store.
Yep.
I got some of
And
that.
it's essentially the same stuff.
Takes
Yep,
a while
there it is
to
right there.
Right.
Yep, that's what I use.
Takes a while to dry.
It does
Yeah,
take a
yeah.
while to dry.
Perfect
You gotta I let mine sit for 24 hours. So,
At least, yeah.
yeah.
I got mine on Amazon, and I got some of that liquid mask with it too. It's the first time I used that, and I used it on the B29.
I love that.
And I'm like, I can't believe I haven't done this before.
Right?
This is great.
I've seen people use black super glue too, so they know where it's at for gaps, small gaps.
Yeah.
I didn't know they made black super glue either, but it makes sense. 'cause-
That's an 8K, I think, makes that.
yeah, but it makes sense because you can see where you put it better
Yeah.
than regular super glue.
Okay. Yeah.
It's still super glue.
Yeah.
You know, it's just black.
Or just buy really high-end Tamiya kits, and there's no gaps.
And it, well, usually no gaps.
This F4 is probably the most gap-free model I've ever worked on. Compared to
The Tiger was like that. The Tiger 1 was like that.
You know, there's just some brands to just stay away from, like Academy.
Revell.
Stop it.
I'm in love.
Okay, so,
Italari,
Wow.
oh yes, there's a lot of
Esters.
Well, you even need to be careful with the Tamiya kits because some of the Tamiya kits from the 70s
They are
ones were
are
bad.
god awful.
They
They
are
were
horrible.
bad.
That F15 I built was horrible.
Yeah, the newer ones wasn't it? Or and some of the older monogram ones were. I mean, obviously, if you look at like the P61, what was it? The
P61
Hustler.
is probably the worst kit ever.
The P61,
I wouldn't say it's the worst. Well, maybe it is.
the P61 is not a bad kit because it's a bad kit. It's a bad kit because they have cranked out millions of them and haven't
Yes.
bothered to clean up the molds.
Exactly. I know you think they clean into between. You know, they just throw them back on there. We'll get it. Yeah.
I'm sure if you find an original issue, it's fine.
Yeah. They're just
I
massive.
built one when I was a kid, and it worked. It was okay. I didn't have a problem with
That was the
it.
greatest thing ever. It was all black and it was huge. It's like
Right? Now I want to build it again and punish
And there's
myself.
the cockpit wall detail is pretty damn good, you know.
Yeah, considering
It's a good looking plane when you get it together. It's the glass itself is just absolutely
horrible.
horrible, and it's frustrating.
The detail, because it's my mule in here on the side of the cockpit, is just it's really good.
Yeah.
And you know, occasionally it's a great challenge to, like, you know, oh, I'm going to put this together, try to make it look as best as possible, and you know.
Yeah, the 132nd F4U Corsair by Revell.
Yeah.
With the foldable
This
wings.
kit-
That thing was a turd.
This is
Oh,
the
I
same
have that one.
vintage as the P61.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had that one.
And look at the glass. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
But it's just because they crank it out. This
They
is
don't clean up the molds. Exactly right.
If I build a P61, I'm probably going to go with the Great Wall Hobby one. I hear it's really good.
I've got the Hobby Boss version and I've got the monogram version. So I'll probably build the Michaels monogram version. I might as well.
Did Monogram and Revell merge at some point?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
And it's sad because monogram used to make really good kits.
Yeah, I loved those kits when I was a kid.
I did too. When I was a kid, that's all I would buy.
Me too.
And back in the day, back then, Hasakawa was like, "Well, those are for professional models."
Yes, they were.
I can't get that. That's my parents would be like, "Well, that's really expensive." That's because it's professional, Mom.
Sure.
Yeah.
I remember living on base on Miramar in San Diego. My dad was in the Navy. He was in the F-14 squadron. I probably built that 172nd monogram like 10 times.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
little swing wing little thing going on
Yep.
there.
Oh yeah. And that was the first one that had the teeth in it, to where you could do it. Yeah.
did. The sawtooth.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now they all do that.
Yep.
So
That's back when I didn't even paint them. I'd slap them together and put decals on them.
Yep.
So
hanging them from your ceiling.
yeah,
Not to go back. Sorry. So I looked at, so I got this pulled up. The Vallejo plastic putty tube, Chris, is $7 for 20 milliliters.
yeah.
If I buy perfect plastic putty, that's 40 milliliters for $14.
Yeah. It's
So
not
that-
exactly the same.
It
Oh,
will
they're
probably last you forever. I mean, I've had mine for 2 years.
It will.
Well,
Either one of them are good.
I thought somebody was saying they were basically the same
They
thing,
kind of are.
and they were getting it at the hardware store, which kind of meant it was like cheaper.
Right,
because
bought mine.
of the Vallejo name, but apparently it's the same price per milliliter.
Yeah.
So I guess if it's just an availability issue, yeah, go in the hardware store, get plastic putty. Okay, returning you now to your formerly
I
interrupted.
tend to, lately these days, I tend to visit more hardware stores than hobby stores. So, yeah.
Yeah. Or, I mean, you buy the Vallejo stuff off of Amazon, but, it's like you can get twice as much, 2 tubes for 14 or.
Yeah. I was
Or you go the
even-
smart route and you get Mr. Dissolve Buddy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Dissolve Buddy.
Mr. Disney.
That's Mr. Color Putty, right?
Yeah, that's the Gunsy
I gotta
stuff.
say,
Yeah.
do they make anything bad? Because everything I've used by them is just fantastic.
I don't like their glues.
I
don't either.
I have a
Glue's
Mr.
terrible.
Cement. You're right.
Why do you guys think the glue's terrible?
It's
Once
like
you
you
get
know.
me extra thin,
It's
There
one of
is
those
no going back.
glues. It's one of those glues where you gotta hold the part and then you gotta glue around it.
yeah.
You can't. It's not like because it sets real fast. I like.
Mr. Cement.
Yes, I don't care for their glue. Now, with the
This is
extra
my
thin,
cement of choice.
I can do both. I can hold the part together and then glue the seam, or I could put it on each side and push it together. I can do it with both.
Well, the only time I use the Tamiya putty is if there needs to be a gap. I use the Mr. Cement S to fill small gaps because
I like that kind of applicator.
Yeah.
Okay. And then now here's your Mr. Cement Deluxe.
Yeah. I got that.
Now
Oh wow.
it's like almost the size of a Q-tip.
No.
Oh my god.
There's an S model though that I have.
Yeah.
That's I don't know if you can
Small,
see that.
yeah.
I got that one too, Matt. Yeah, I got.
Well, see, I can't do that because so I got some of that Mr.
Yeah.
And let's see. Let's see. Oh, look! There's no applicator in it. It fell down in it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had a problem with that.
I've got the fatty Tamiya.
Here's the
Like
thing.
large parts.
I used when I first started getting back into this hobby. I used Revell's Contacta with a little metal tube. It's not bad if you're trying to glue big parts together. Yeah, but once I was turned on to me extra thin, game changer. I will never buy another glue. I don't need it.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Tamiya cement, right?
Oh yeah. The orange.
You want the Q-tip end?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that thing. Yeah, but that's the thicker stuff. That's
Oh,
the
this-
stuff that you can put on the big parts.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's like a mop.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
But here's the thing: I've used this extra thin for big
Yeah.
parts, small parts, everything, and it works out just fine.
Matt.
Yeah.
You're right. I know it's like I'll take this, or I'll take the Tamiya and I'll use a needle, the eye of a needle,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and that will give me a little bit.
Like a glue
Oh, and-
looper, like they use for
Yeah,
this.
glue looper. Absolutely, yeah.
And they both stink like big time.
Oh, the Mr. Cement.
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
And I actually like the smell of the Tamiya extra thin
Me too.
myself. I'm weird.
I think it makes me feel like I'm building a model when I smell it.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's what I'm like. Yep. That's building.
Now, when you have 10 kids building and using Tamiya extra thin,
That would get a little overpowered.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Wendy calls it the smell of creation. It's to me extra thin and hot resin.
Yep.
does
That's the smell of creation. That's what she calls it.
My favorite glue.
smell different than the extra thin?
Yeah.
The Mr.
Yeah.
Cement does, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Smells
Now-
amazing.
Now,
Yeah, I know
Tamiya
what you were
extra
saying.
thin.
It smells like nail polish
Quicksand.
remover.
Yeah.
The Quickset, that stuff stinks.
Quick set.
To
I
me,
use the quick set more than anything.
that's what I do. I use that too. That's this stuff.
That's the lime colored bottle as opposed to the dark green colored bottle.
Yeah.
That's
This
what I
is my
use.
favorite.
If you guys like
I
that
do
stuff,
have this one.
then I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
understand how you couldn't like this. Because that's literally it's just a quick setting cement.
What do you got, Julian?
I got
He's
the
got
Mr. Cement S.
The Mr. Cement.
Oh, yeah, yes, yes, yeah.
I'm not a
It's
fan.
cheaper. It's cheaper than Tamiya cement too. So
My other
How
favorite
much is
glue
that bottle? It's the same size bottle.
is
yeah.
yeah.
I think it's
My other favorite
hold on.
glue is from a company in Germany called Fowler.
You know, I got some of that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
And
it's this stuff.
yeah. It's marketed toward the model railroad people,
Yeah.
and I've been using that for years, and I really like it. It's got the needle, kind of like the Revell contact does.
Oh, yeah.
But my hobby shop guy, when you buy a bottle, he got a spool of wire, and he'll cut you off a length for it and give it to you.
I've heard
So,
that.
Julian, how big is that bottle of Mr. S?
Like the exact same.
So it's 40 milliliter.
Yeah.
And how much did you pay for it? You don't mind me asking?
$4.
Okay, so you spent $2 less. This was $6 at Shavers.
Hey, but I prefer this stuff too. So
Yeah.
that stuff.
All right.
Because like
See,
you know what?
George
See where my
says-
Hey,
you can
each his
see where
own,
my
you know?
Tamiya cement is. It's basically full, where this is almost empty.
Well, if you want to get rid of it, let me know. I'll be more than happy to take it over here.
I use it to thin my putties because it works better with the Tamiya.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you're doing stippling for the cast textures. Yeah, that
Okay,
works.
so
awesome
I
for
do
that.
it in a really weird way. The first layer is Mr. Cement S because it bites in and it creates like the little pits better.
No.
But the Tamiya
Really?
stuff is better for the thick blobs to show like the raised texture.
Hmm.
Yeah, just it.
Huh.
So I've
Now,
heard
do you lightly sand it when you're done?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard
Not for
X28
cast textures though.
like to me a cement very close to
Yeah.
it. Is that
Yeah.
I've tried that and it didn't melt plastic at all.
okay?
Yeah, I've tried it too, and I think whoever's using it is using like maybe the lacquer thinner version of X28.
Maybe. I tried
I don't think-
X28 and it didn't melt plastic at all.
It's not the X28; it's the airbrush cleaner that's supposed
I
to
was
do
gonna
it.
say, that's
Oh my
X20 is like a thinner.
Yeah, I know.
Now, here's the thing. Here's something that I found out the other day. MLT, Mr. Leveling Thinner, you can use that to thin out Mr. Servicer 500.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Mr.
And
Service
it stays that way. It stays thin. I love it. I was like, dude, this is like water. And it was perfect the way it was working.
So George says he tried Night Blue Cement from Ammo. He says cool concept seeing where the glue goes, but he still prefers Tamiya. Also, the Ammo stuff flows everywhere and got way too many fingerprints.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
also says that the Tamiya Quickset will get you high.
That's the point.
Hey, now, okay, he didn't have to tell me that part of it because guess what I'm going to be doing later on?
I gotta make a note here. Tamiya
Huffing glue.
set huffing.
Reminds me of the old testers, the orange tube with the tulip on it.
Oh man. You know, I gotta use an open model. One of the free table last month, and I opened it up when I got home, and there was a little tube of the old style
Testers.
tester cement. Man,
Was it still good?
I opened it
that
up.
stuff has a shelf
No,
life of like a
it was kind
million
of hard.
years.
No, it was kind of hard. But I opened it up. I thought, man, I haven't smelled that smell in
Oh, I
a
know.
long time. Yeah, that
That
was
would take me
My
back.
free shipping kit came with a bottle of glue as well.
Yeah, that's right here.
Really?
Yeah. I think it was for gluing the metal thing in the bottom.
Yeah, I glued mine in there.
Yeah.
I didn't use this.
So
That
the
would take
aroma
me
was
back.
still there, but I don't think the
Yeah.
tube is any good.
It's that orangey, kind of citrusy. Oh, God, I miss that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I need to
think we
find those
talked about
color
that.
testers.
I think we talked about that last week. That was made in the 70s because a bunch of mothers got mad.
Yes.
And then in some states, it was illegal for minors to buy
Yep.
airplane glue.
Yep.
There was a big epidemic of kids dying.
It was Tulio is what the active ingredient, and that's what people were dying and getting high, and yeah. Yeah, my mom could always tell when she walked in my room when I was working on my mom's because it smelled like it smelled like an orange stand.
A nail salon.
And I used to use her nail polish remover for like a debonder. Like if I would stick my fingers together, which you can actually do with that stuff.
Wasn't it
And
weak?
Hmm?
Wasn't the blue bottle that smelled like orange like not as strong as the?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
it doesn't.
because of what Gavin was talking about, or Julian, they made a weaker version of it,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't as good.
They took the toluene out of it.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it. Toluene. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that stuff. It's stuff bad.
I love that smell. I'm
Now,
weird.
you all asked about Monogram and Revell. So Monogram was around, I think they started right after the war, like 46.
Mm-hmm.
Orange bottle.
And they did wood stuff.
Yep, they were
I've
competing
researched
with
this.
Willows.
Yeah, I've researched this because Monogram was an Illinois company. And despite how horrible this state can be sometimes, some of its history is pretty interesting. But Monogram was owned by Mattel from the late 60s until
Yep.
like 86. And in 86, they bought Revell, who was in California, in Venice. The Venice plant closed in 86, and all of the Revell stuff moved to Illinois. There's a common misconception that Revell bought Monogram, but it was Monogram actually bought Revell. They kept
But I
the
thought Revell was a German company.
we're getting
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Getting there.
They are
We're
now.
getting there. I'm coming
Okay.
to it.
Yeah.
They kept the Revell name around because Revell has more global outreach. They had a European branch, they had a Japan branch,
And
they had
Mexican.
a Mexican branch.
Really?
Revell. Yes.
Okay.
That's why they kept the Revell name, but it was all owned by Monogram. And after that, or in the 90s, when that Revell Germany with the blue boxes,
Mm-hmm.
it was completely separate. Completely separate company. They just shared names. I guess they paid each other royalties or something.
Yeah, they'd have to. That's weird.
In the late 90s, it all came together under Hobbyco.
Yep, I
And
remember
Hobbyco
that.
owned, yeah,
Gavin's got it right.
Hobbyco owned them all until like 2018 when they
That's-
foreclosed.
Yeah, and when because Hobbyco started making remote controlled airplanes at that point.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they branched out into other parts of that hobby. So I actually have a couple of Hobbyco aircraft that I used to fly.
And
Oh,
like
yeah.
in 2018, it all got sold to some private equity in Germany called Glow 2B.
Yeah.
And they own everything now. The Revell USA branch, like the stuff you see at Hobby Lobby,
Mm-hmm.
it's all the German. It's all owned by the Germans. They have an office
Wow.
with Carrera slot cars. They have a deal going.
Well, I knew Revell was big into the slot cars too. But,
Yeah.
and I knew they were in a different name. So yeah, because I watched a lot of
It's
YouTube
you, right?
videos about that. Yeah,
I mean,
Everything is owned by the Germans now. So
pretty much.
But they released Revell released like I have the Revell Razor Crest. That's a newer kit.
yeah, that came out a couple years ago, right? Like
Yeah.
2020.
And the news was that they just re-released the SR-71 Blackbird.
Yeah.
Corey's got that kit, and it's a great kit. It was a great kit back then.
Mouse died.
We got some real dogs too, though.
Yeah.
Old moms.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you ever wonder
132nd,
why
the 132nd
Wonderville
Corsair.
sucked, I mean,
Dog.
good.
Well, it sucks because it's from the 60s.
Yeah.
Well, the new
It sucks
stuff
because their
Wonderville
engineers
makes
must
is
have
actually
been-
really good.
Drinking beer. I mean, it was so bad that when I bought that kit at Shapers, the guy says, "You're gonna hate that kit." Thanks, buddy, and you let me buy it anyway. Way to go.
Yep.
Yeah, you know that Corsair, Gavin, you were saying, that Magic Factory? If that thing is at that show, that MOSCON show, I'm buying it.
Yeah, I want it because it's got options for the Corsair Dash 2.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never heard of the Corsair Dash 2. The Dash 2 was like a one-off night fighter deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was
It's
like,
got
oh,
Isn't that the one that had, isn't that the one that had the pod on the big torpedo pod on the one wing?
yeah.
Yeah, I got a picture of it right here.
Hey,
Yeah, I think they went into production as the 4. The Dash
Well,
4.
it was actually the Goodyear version. Hold on, let me find it. Give me a second.
Let me ask a question while Jim is looking. So, okay, so we take a common airframe and we build a bunch of them, and then we turn it into, say, a Reese, and we add some pods and things. Same basic airframe. But now you're talking about getting this special F4 Corsair that's represented by a particular model, and you're gonna spend big bucks to get this plastic box that has everything in it that you could take a cheap Corsair and scratch build some of those addition things that make it the special model, right?
I'm not making it special. I just want a nice Corsair kit. And I
Yeah.
heard
Yeah.
it's really, really good.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, I guess
If
I was
you're
kind of
rich-
addressing. I guess I was kind of addressing Gavin's
Oh, gotcha.
thing about getting a rare kit that's
It's
basically
not rare. It's just brand new.
It's
So
new.
not-
Oh, brand new. Oh, I thought. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
So it's like,
But to your point, if I'm gonna do something like that, and I'm gonna go get a 48, an old Tamiya one from the 90s, which is still a great kit,
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
good.
but I want to upgrade it. I want to upgrade it. I'm gonna spend just as much in resin and photo etch and scratch building materials than I
100%.
will just buying the kit.
You know, when I was at KCCon, this guy had one of the most like infamous Dragon Tigers out there. It's the Cyber Hobby White Box, and it's like a $500 kit on eBay. He was
Yeah.
selling it for $40. And you know what? I looked at the price on eBay the other day. I saw him going for $450 on bids, and I really wish I would have bought it because I knew it was an expensive kit, right? But I didn't know it was still.
Well, yeah, I'm a big Formula One fan, and to me, it did all the Formula One cars. They're going for 60, 70, 80 bucks at shows
Yeah.
because they're going for 110, 150 bucks online.
Yeah.
And they're really, really, really good kits. Now, I'm a fan, so yeah, I mean, I've come close a couple times to going, oh my god, I want that, and then buying it. But yeah, I'm not a big scratch builder kind of dude. If I break a part or something, I will.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah.
other than that, I'm really not into scratch building per se.
Well, I get it. I mean, it's just kind of a shortcut if you don't have the money to buy an expensive one-off kit. However, the question
Well,
is,
sure.
Chris, how did that guy get? How was that guy selling it for 40, and why did it last so long on the table that you actually got to see it at that price?
That was. Yeah.
It's probably because there was not that many armor builders at that show.
And he may not have known what he had.
Yeah, he I don't think he knew what he had.
Okay, I
But
know
that kit's like a
that,
holy grail among Tiger modelers.
and yet it lasted on the table long enough for you to pass by and recognize it and go, nah, I won't get
But
that.
you also got to think, I was there within the first hour of the show opening up.
Yeah.
So
Which is always a good thing if you're looking for kits.
So
no, the way to do it is you bring your kits in, you enter them, and then you go to the vendor room immediately.
yes.
Yeah.
That's what I plan on doing in MOSCON.
That's usually what we do at Gateway too. We get our model set up and then go, I'm gonna go check the vendors out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So George says Hobby Boss copied Magic Factory. They released a 2-in-1 Corsair set for a fraction of the price. He said the F4U2 and the F4U1A. One is the birdcage, the other one is the bubble top.
Right. I can understand getting the two different kits, the birdcage versus the bubble
Well,
top.
especially the
Hobby
bird
Boss
cage.
trumpeter.
The same.
Yes.
They're owned by the same people.
Ah,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, Howie Boss and Trumpeter are owned by the same.
Hobby Boss is kind of the lower end of Trumpeter.
And trumpeter sucks, so that's not too big of a.
Really? I like
No,
those kids.
I will say my Magic Factory A4, that thing is super nice quality. That
I always like the Trumpeter stuff.
I've never heard of Magic Factory.
It's a newer company.
It's a newer company,
yeah, I never heard of it, but I saw that A4 reviewed, and I'm like, I have to get it. And it was on sale on Sprue Brothers one weekend. And
I think there was somebody on YouTube that did a build of that. And
that one guy.
I mean, but again, here, I look at the F4 that you're building by Tamiya, or the P38 by Tamiya. I would love to have that kit. I just can't. Man, it's just hard for me to go $100. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, trust me.
Because I'm gonna screw it up.
It was my Christmas present, and then I bought the 3D cockpit stuff, aftermarket decals, all kinds of paint. Yeah, I'm probably $200
If
into
you have a
this
3D printer, there is no such thing as screwing it up.
Well, that's true.
And if you know, and if you know a Ken, you know a Ken, you're okay. So.
I've 3D printed stuff for you too.
I know. But I sent you the file. Ken's like,
dejectedly.
I got that for you.
I couldn't believe he did that off a picture
I know.
and got it that close. And that's impressive.
Yeah. A
yeah.
picture and my tape measure.
Yes.
So.
And it was standard. It was imperial. It wasn't even metric.
Right.
So, quick question on LostCon. Is there a website where you can download the forms for the models you want to enter so you can pre-fill them out?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're on the ITMS main website. You just gotta find the one. Yeah, because I always do that too.
So, Matt, you're going to MOSCON. Chris, I'm assuming you're going to MOSCON. Jim, are you going to MOSCON?
I am not. We're going to be in Branson, so we'll be close, but not close enough.
Gotcha.
I don't even got a hotel room. I don't want to drive. I don't want to drive with my kids. Get up at 4:30 and drive down there.
When is that show?
That is
Saturday.
May 17th.
May.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
3 weeks away.
Yeah.
We'll actually be
time does it
driving
start?
back from Branson on that day, so I might hop in, but.
Julian, if you can drive to Union, I can make sure you get there.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah. You come to my house. I will make sure there's room in a car for you.
Just let me know what time I need to be over there.
We tend to
Butt
leave.
crack of
we leave
dawn.
after 6. 6:30.
Remember they all.
Hey, Jim, we're still recording, so watch out for those.
I just said butt crack. That's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah,
I think
normally
you can
between 6 and
Enter
6:30.
models at 8:30 and then it opens at 9.
It takes about 3 hours to get there.
Matt, will you have room for me to
Where's it at?
bring my models that I'm bringing?
Springfield.
Springfield, Missouri.
Springfield,
Yeah.
Missouri.
Oh man.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, Julian, you gotta go.
I say-
It's a great show.
Oh no, I'm going no matter what. But I mean,
Say,
Okay.
Gavin, if you get to Union, Missouri, you can get a ride all the way back down there.
It's a fun show.
Yeah.
I met a lot of great people there. Yeah, it's a good show.
I'm excited to see the
Vendors.
gold, silver, and bronze.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a much better way. I gotta
Yeah.
admit, and I haven't been doing this. This will be my second or third show. I went to Tiger Con.
Yeah.
Let's see.
well, it's
Did
just
you
common
say they're
sense. that
doing
it's
that for
better.
Gateway too?
I wish
Hey,
they
Matt?
Gateway.
Are they
Now
doing that for
Gateway's
Gateway?
not going to switch to gold, silver, bronze.
because the cost of the metals.
No, other reasons that I will
Gotcha.
not discuss online.
Sure.
Oh,
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have a couple of passengers, are you gonna have room for their purchases?
Oh, sure. I'll take my wife. I'll take my wife's Highlander.
I don't
trailer.
have a truck too that I'm bringing on the way back, so and I gotta cover.
That won't be large enough, Matt. If
I'm buying the whole show.
I am going to spend some money. You know what, Gavin, Chip Modeler? If they had the Ford there cheap, the new one 350, like cheap as in
Yeah.
200, I might buy it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I would too.
And they also have a
about
new-
2 hours for me.
They also have a brand new hobby town that opened up in Springfield. It's like 10 minutes from the place. I was thinking about
Yeah.
go checking them out too.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah. So
Let's go.
So we're
It's
here.
5.5 hours.
So what we have now is we have a sabbatical in progress.
right. So
So if I have a wish list, can I send it with somebody?
of course.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, I only have like maybe 3 models on it.
Yeah.
If
So-
I put that on the modeling with the maps, you
just
Book of
private
Faces.
message me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
know,
might- I might do-
like you, like I had you look for Voyager for bloody ever.
Yeah. I found it at
Um,
Nationals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, when is Nationals?
That's
August.
August.
I might be able to go.
Yeah. I can't
I
do
might be able
Nationals
to
this year.
Wisconsin.
No, it's in
No,
Virginia.
Virginia.
Hampton Roads,
Yeah.
Virginia.
I think Ken said he was going.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's closer for him.
He's closer than all of us, so that's a car ride for him.
It's a
Yeah.
hop, skip, and a jump away from the Smithsonian, and on the way back, the Air Force Museum.
Yeah. It's
Well, and then there's
it's
Is it
15
that
hours from
close
here.
to Washington D.C.?
It's near Andrews Air Force Base no Andrew the Navy base there and the Air Force Base are across from each other.
Oh, Pax River.
Yes.
Google, no, hold on. I'll go.
Down in Louisiana, you have the Naval Aviation Museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the
Pensacola.
one that you went to, Matt? Oh, Pensacola.
Pensacola.
It's called the Navy. Yeah,
I want to go there.
yeah, that's. I love that.
Reston, is it Reston, Virginia? Yeah.
I need to do some research. I think I would love to go to Nationals.
Yeah, well, you also have the Battleship Wisconsin right there too.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Next year, our 26 is going to be in Indiana.
Oh, that's close.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that is close. That's only 6 hours away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Langley Air Force Base is the air,
Yeah.
is
So how
near,
far is Virginia? Is that 8?
and Norfolk Naval Base is right next to it. So it's in between those two is Reston, Virginia.
Okay.
My godson lives in Manassas. I wonder how close that
Close.
is.
Close. Manassas is
it
basically a
close?
suburb of D.C. now.
I even
No
thought about
kidding.
driving to nationals, just taking a week and doing it.
Yeah, I did it down in Texas. We
Yeah.
drove down.
Well,
We drove to the one at San Marcos, which is like 45 minutes from Mexico.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, drive there and I can have my truck and cruise around and like see museums and stuff because Nationals multiple days, right?
Oh yeah, it's 4
Oh,
days.
yeah.
It's a Wednesday
4 days.
through Saturday night.
My
Yeah.
wife might go. She wants to rent a VRBO somewhere around there so we can just stay in a house.
I just want to go because like Will Patterson is there, and you see a lot of these modelers that we follow.
Well, geeks and all that. And those podcasts.
Yeah, they're all there, and I would love to meet these guys, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see if Will Patterson's as big as
Yes.
an a-hole
Yes, he
as he
is.
is.
I met him. Yes, he is.
Yeah, that's funny you say that. 'Cause when I listen to him on a podcast, I'm like, God, this guy's just an a-hole, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like because they talk bad about people, or
He just,
No.
He
All
has that. It just seems like he's not a friendly dude.
How about this? Hold on a second, guys. Hey, YouTube, it's been fun. We'll catch you
Okay.
later.
Yeah.
George, see you later, man.
See you
Hey,
later.
Bye, guys.
Mo the
We're gonna
Mats.
go run our
I'm
mouths
Matt.
now.
Malala. He's Matt.
Bye, Matt.